Welcome back to the Overwatch comics. Today we'll be continuing our recap of the Overwatch comics that we've already covered back in our gaming channel in our attempt to get the best comics moved over here with the rest of the Comicstorian content. I really don't know why people feel the urge to argue about us doing gaming comic books. They're comic books, and we're Comicstorian. That's the criteria for doing a video here. It has to be based on comic book content. Doesn't matter what the source material is, I just have to have enjoyed it myself. We are not Comicstorian, but we only do comic books that you want because one, that would be a very long name for a YouTube channel, and two, we have over 1 million subs. Not everyone's going to agree on what makes a good comic. Anyway, rants aside, today we're covering Symmetra, Torbjorn, and Pharah. Also, if you want to see me play Overwatch, I do stream it occasionally over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/eligiblemonster. You see how I worked in that plug right there? Yeah, well, I kind of had to because how else am I going to let you guys know that I do that? I'll put that link down below. Anyway, let's begin. What does it take to make a better world? The story actually begins in the mayor's office, in which the Vishkar Corporation is trying to fight for a contract that the Kalido Corporation has already won. The mayor turned down the Vishkar Corporation's proposal because it stretched out into the slums, and the mayor's office already has enough issues with them. Vishkar's representative claims that they will create housing for the slums, but the mayor won't hear it. Symmetra walks out of the building, her company Vishkar having lost the deal. And she pushes through the protesters outside until she notices, while thinking about everything that just happened, that she has gotten lost in the city. A young girl asks if she needs help, and leads her through the city to where she should be. With a thank you, the young girl leaves Symmetra by herself, and seeing this young girl's face, Symmetra fully believes the Vishkar Corporation can make this area a better place. They can improve it, and she'll do whatever it takes. That night, she sets off on a mission with her contact Sanjay in her earpiece. The plan is some good old-fashioned corporate espionage. She'll sneak into Kalido and find some dirt to ruin their name. She places her drones on the walls and floors and gets to work, but she doesn't find anything. While the CEO is a slumlord, it's all on the up and up. Suddenly, guards find her and they open fire. She quickly puts up a shield and then uses her energy drain to force them to go to sleep. Running out of the building, Sanjay then asks her why she energy drained them. She should have just killed them. But she tells Sanjay that she doesn't want to kill. This way, they just have a headache. As she leaves the building with no information on the Kalido Corporation, she watches as the building explodes behind her. She's shocked, looking at the fire, telling Sanjay that there were men inside. Then, in even more horror, she looks as the slums explode as Sanjay explains that Kalido won't stand in the way of them making this place better. A woman calls out for her baby. Her baby is inside, so Symmetra runs into the burning wreckage using her shield and grabs the child, which is the young girl that helped her earlier, now with horrible burns on her face. Vishkar got the contract and Kalido was gone. They then rebuilt the area and improved the lives of those that were there, but at what cost? Lives were lost and some people like the young girl were horribly scarred. Symmetra ignores that, telling herself that they're making the world a better place. They are. Now it's time to discuss Pharah. I was afraid that someday I'd have to make this decision. Which is more important, the man or the mission? Pharah's unit was sent in to stop the Anubis AI, which has been in containment since Overwatch contained it during the Omnic crisis. An engineer team was sent in to try and recover it, but they went missing, so Pharah's Helix team was sent in. They are the kill everything team. They found a survivor and asked him what happened, and he explained that the sentry bots started shooting, perceiving them as threats. They explained that the Anubis AI has the ability to control other devices in the area, and if it hacks into their systems, it could launch military assets. Her team tells her that they should get this guy back to the PMC, but Pharah tells her team to leave this man. Time is of the essence. The captain of her team walks over to her. "You're killing me, Pharah." "Why? The mission is what's important." There's an old saying, "He who saves one life, saves it as if he saved the world." But the actual world is at stake here. You're missing my point. The squad is your mission. Your family. You have to make them want to follow you. Your mother understood that. And then behind them, one of the robots on their squad apologizes as Anubis has hacked into his brain and he explodes! All around, the drones appear and they begin to open fire as Pharah takes to the skies where she unleashes her missiles at them. In the mess of everything, the captain goes missing, and Pharah calls out to him. She finds him crashed into a local building. "When I said you were killing me, I thought I was kidding." Pharah tells him to hold on, she'll get help, but he tells her, "Remember the mission. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you." The rest of the squad walks over, telling Pharah that they gotta get out of here, but she tells them they need to stop Anubis. "Are you crazy?" they ask her. "Anubis just attacked our family. We can't let it get away with that. Make you a deal. After this op, I'll buy you dinner." The team presses forward and they break into Anubis' mainframe where they open fire, dropping all of the drones. Then with a clean shot of Anubis in front of her, that's the moment that one of her team members is about to get crushed. Thus the question, the mission or the man? Does she complete it or save her family? And Pharah chooses her family as she runs in saving him. She asks if he has any ideas, and he does. He'll create a feedback loop destroying Anubis. As Pharah destroys more drones coming at them, trying to hold them back, he completes the loop and the whole system shuts down. And she tells him, "Good job, Tariq. Are you alive?" And he groans, "No." "Good. Then I guess I don't have to buy you dinner." "Wait, maybe I'm alive a little bit." She helps him up and the whole family gets out of the area. Pharah then thinks of her mother and the tattoo that she got over her eye. Her mother had it before her own incident, and she always told her it was a symbol of protection. And Pharah thought that it would protect her, but now she realizes that she's wrong. It means that she protects others. And lastly, we'll be doing Torbjorn, but instead of me butchering his name, trying to say Torbjorn, because everyone knows that I have problems pronouncing things, I'm just gonna call him Torby. As Torby sloshes through the sewers beneath the city, he thinks to himself that this situation stinks. It really does. And then he hears a boom, and he assumes that he's gotten close enough. He climbs out of the sewer and into the streets. He looks up to see a giant Omnic opening fire on the city in front of him. The Omnic shoots down the soldiers trying to stop it. It's constantly looking for threats close to it to prevent them from stopping it. But Torby knows how to get inside, and he walks over using IR shielding and begins to climb up it. He then walks over to the hatch on the side of it, and he lets himself in. He thinks to himself that he knows all the blind spots because he helped design this beast. Once he gets inside, it has drones flying through, removing threats, but they're cannon fodder for Torby's rivet gun. And then the camera sees him and asks him, "Torbjorn, is that you? Are you crazy? What are you doing here, Torby?" "Only my friends call me Torby." "Nonsense. We may not have been drinking buddies, but I thought we worked well together. We balanced each other out. You were always so good at bulldozing their obstacles. You always cheated your way to get past them. An engineer should respect their problem, not just bypass it." "See, that's why we made a great team." Torby then makes a turret and opens up the doorway, watching it melt all of the defense drones in his path. "Why are you even doing this, Sven? What's your angle?" "Consider this. What are the advancements in military technology? What are weapons of war if not deterrents? We build a missile, they build a bigger one. The missiles will get so large that the loss of life will be unimaginable. This country is controlled by a corrupt dictatorship, and I just crushed it." At that moment, Torby walks into the command center of the Omnic to see Sven sitting there. "This campaign was a demonstration. My ultimate weapon in the hands of a responsible government will save countless lives." "And how much will this responsible government pay for this privilege? All of your grandstanding and you're nothing more than a sleazebag profiteer." Torby then runs at Sven, rivets his foot to the ground, and walks over, shutting down the Omnic. "All you've done, Torby, is compromise the balance of power." "What I've done, old friend, is topple the destroyer of worlds." And that concludes 3 more of the Overwatch storylines. Next, we'll be doing the 2 for Ana, and then I think we'll be doing the holiday specials that came out. Not fully sure how we're going to work out the conclusion to this little recap on the Overwatch storylines, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget, if you want to see me playing Overwatch on some nights, go check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/EligibleMonster, where you can find me playing Overwatch, but you can also find our podcast, The Weekly Pull, where we talk about comic books every Tuesday and Thursday, and on some nights, I'm playing Overwatch or Hearthstone or other games. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to keep up to date when videos come out or when I go live. That would be at Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.